Welcome back, everyone, to the Bears Front Plays YouTube channel. Today is Monday. It's March 31st. I'm back breaking out some more NBA plays for you guys on the Monday night slate. Before we get into it, Sunday night, have a couple money line dogs. Pistons up 14 in the first quarter on the T-Wolves, 34-20. You want to play some weak-ass basketball, Minnesota. You're going to get stomped on in this game by the Detroit Pistons. Hopefully that continues. They were plus 7.5, plus 265 or 245. We got them on the money line at. Suns were plus 2, so it's like plus 130 for the Suns tonight. Have not started yet. Looking forward to watch that game. Duran, first rotation, 6-4 or 8-4, kind of dominating down low a little bit. Justin Edwards has not started yet over the 17.5 points. So hopefully things. Let's just check the scores really quick. Hopefully I didn't just say that and now the Pistons are down by a lot. That would really suck. We're still up by 12, 48-36 in the second quarter. Justin Edwards has tipped off 32-31 in that 76ers game. Let's see how many points we're sitting at. We're sitting at 2. I picked up 2 quick fouls. That's tough. Probably a lot of second half minutes for him, but probably not a lot of first half minutes for him. But let's move on. Let's go to the plays for Monday. Boston going up against the Memphis Grizzlies. The Boston Celtics, they're back to being a juggernaut. They're not losing any games, and they're kicking the shit out of every team that they play. Memphis fired their head coach. No idea why. They were sitting, 15, 16 some games above 500. The fired head coach. I thought maybe we get a little bit of an interim bump. In that Lakers game, they looked horrible to start the game. They didn't look great finishing the game either. We're up by 4 points in the fourth quarter, and they let the Lakers win that one, 134-127. That is not a team playing good basketball right now. They've lost 5 of the last 6 games they've played. I'm taking Boston here, minus 4.5 against the spread as the play at Boston. Like I said, they were 48-19 on February 14th. They're 55-19 now. They are getting themselves ready for the playoffs. Still the best team in the NBA roster-wise, the Boston Celtics. Sometimes they don't play well together, but minus 4.5 here going up against a team really struggling on the defensive side, especially in Memphis. I'm going to take Boston minus 4.5 for the first play there. Second play tonight. Rockets going up against the Lakers. Lakers, previous game against the Memphis Grizzlies, they won that game 134-127. What was it? Reeves, LeBron, Luka combined for like 80 or 75. Austin Reeves has been playing out of his mind over the last several games. Most of that because LeBron James has been off the floor, but he still had 31 points in the last game with LeBron James on the floor. So Austin Reeves really, earned a contract for the Lakers this season. But the Lakers, winners of 2 of the last 3, beat the Pacers and the Grizzlies. A loss of the Bulls in that dramatic game where Josh Giddey hit the half-court shot. I still think the Lakers are playing some really good basketball. The Rockets are playing a lot better basketball with Fred VanVleet back in that lineup. The Rockets, they are winners of 10 of the last 11 games. Really haven't been playing a lot of competitive games against the competitive teams. They played the Pelicans, Suns, Mavericks, 76ers, Miami, Atlanta, the Jazz. Only loss against the Denver Nuggets. This is going to be their toughest test in a while. So I'm going to take the Lakers here, minus 3.5. They're going to be back at home after a big win against Memphis. Play a little bit better defense. The offense is still cooking for the Lakers, minus 3.5. Going to be the play there. Let's go to the back of the Boston Celtics game. Looking at Kristaps Porzingis to go over the total points. The Memphis Grizzlies on the outside this season, horrendous at guarding the three-point shot. They're not very much better in the paint either this season. 47.5 points per game. And I believe that's the 4th lowest, with the Chicago Bulls having the worst paint defense this season. We're going to talk about that in a second. But I do think Kristaps Porzingis goes over the total points in this one. I was thinking about taking the threes, 2.5. I just think that he can score anyway in this game. So I'm going to take the over 17.5 points. We have seen Kristaps get comfortable on the outside. Some games he takes 7, 8, 9 threes. But sometimes he cuts that down to like 3 or 4. So we're just going to go over 17.5 points. The Grizzlies have been one of the worst defenses over the last week. They're giving up a ton of points. I don't think that's going to change in this game. I'm going to take Porzingis over the total points as the play. If you want to take some 3-point props, I think I'd take Kristaps Porzingis over his total threes as well. And for the final play of the day, the MVP, minus 2,000 to win the MVP. I do want to get my take off. I'm not saying that Shea is not an MVP. I'm not saying that he's not one of the best players in the NBA. I'm saying that the MVP has no meaning anymore. Like there's no meaning to the MVP. They give it to either the most popular player or the player that's trending. Because not having Nikola Jokic as the MVP once again this season is a mockery of the award. Nikola Jokic is having the best statistical season ever in the history of the NBA. 29, like 14 and 11. That's not counting the steals and blocks. That's not counting the plus minus on the floor. He leads. He's top 3 or top 2, top 3 in points or top 5 in points, but he's top 2 in every other major category in the NBA. And Shea is minus 2,000 to win the MVP. I understand he's a great player. He's scoring 34 points per game. He has 5 rebounds and 6 assists per game. Nikola Jokic doubles both of those categories, and he only has 2 or 3 points less per game than Shea. What they've done to the MVP is disgusting. I'm not saying Shea doesn't deserve it. I'm saying I wish there was 2 awards for MVP, because I guess that's what I'm saying, because there's no way in hell that Shea should win this award over Nikola Jokic. With that being said, he's going to put up a ton of points in this game going up against Chicago. There's a reason he's talked about as the MVP and one of the best players in the NBA. 30-plus points in 4 of the last 5 games. He's going to go back even further. He's got 30-plus points at 8 of the last 9. The Chicago Bulls, I said it a couple minutes ago, that the worst defensive team in the paint this season. Shea, as you guys know, typically does not take a lot of threes. He's a mid-range guy, gets himself to the rim, and gets himself to the free throw line. One of the best players that I've seen in a long time getting himself to the free throw line. He's getting a lot of calls because he's got that MVP name tag on the back of his jersey, so I think he's going to get a lot of calls in this game again, get all of his points on the free throw line and mid-range jumpers over the 32.5 here, going up against Chicago as the final play of the day. Let's go to that NBA recap graphic. We're taking Boston, minus 4.5 against the Grizz. Lakers, minus 3.5 going up against the Rockets. SGA over his total points, played it up to 33.5. I've seen him 32.5 most nights. And then Kristaps Porzingis over 17.5 points going up against the Grizzlies as well. If you want to take his threes, go for it. I'm just more confident on the points for that one. Guys, that's going to do it for the NBA picks and props for Monday, March 31st late games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please drop a like this video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching.